Right, here we go. Here we go. Testing, testing. Okay. Bear with me one moment. Something weird's going on. Something's not going how it should be. So just bear with me. Okay. Okay, well, okay. Okay, yeah, I think I've sorted it. Yeah, for some reason, one of the I don't know what you call them, like command zones, windows, docks, whatever the proper term is for it, wasn't displaying correctly. So I just had to refresh it, and it's working fine now. But anyway, we are. Well, I forgot what I was going to say there because I got distracted. Okay, I'm going to put my phone on silent because that doesn't help. Okay, right, there we go. Right, so before we start, the usual preamble is there will be no audio or video being shown from what we're going to be watching tonight because it will stop me from getting copyright strikes. And yeah, I've had a couple of those already because of, well, shenanigans. There is the sync timer down there, which will basically be as you think it would. It's essentially wow, I'm really struggling. Give me a second. Basically, if you need to pause the video or come back later or watch it on YouTube or something like that, that tells you at what point we're at, and so you can catch up and everything's all synced up properly. And when we start, I will do a 5-second lead in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, and then the sync timers all work. And then once we're done, I just turn it off, just like that. And that's basically it. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I do apologise. I've got myself some sugar-free cream soda. Very, very nice. But it does make me gas. I remember now, this is the reason why I don't drink it that often. Not because it's bad, but because it makes me very gassy. So I apologise in advance if I cause some unpleasantness in the ear department. Right, okay, so Hot Fuzz. Now this is one of those ones I was not too sure which to go with, because there's also Shaun of the Dead. In fact, there's actually 3 films in this unofficial trilogy. Then they're also done by the same people. They have like similar sort of like motifs and stuff going on, but are essentially 3 different films, just very, very, very loosely connected together. The first is Shaun of the Dead. The second is what we're watching tonight, Hot Fuzz, and the third is, I think, World's End. Now, World's End isn't bad. It's not a bad film at all. It's that usual problem we have: Shaun of the Dead being good, this being brilliant, and then in comparison, World's End is not as good, but it's still a very good. It's still a good film in my opinion. It's just, falling off the Hot Fuzz. It's like, yeah. I mean, this film came out in, according to the thing I've got up on the screen here for me, 2007. So it's a, how is that? It's like what? Almost 16 years, 15 years old? And more than that. 10, 17, 3. About 17 years old. Thing is, it does not feel like it. It really, really doesn't feel like it. Now, I have watched this film before, but as my usual personal rule that I do for this, it has been over a year, so it's in the allowed category again. Now, if you have seen this film before, this honestly is such a great film for picking up on stuff that's referenced earlier. Like, now I'm going to keep this as vague as possible, so for people who haven't seen it, won't be spoiled. But they may make a reference to say, no, this isn't in the film. This is just me making it up to give you an illustration of what happens. They may reference a potato in, say, scene 3. No, talk about, it's like, yeah, you almost choked on that potato there. That potato will then become relevant by the end of the film. There is now, obviously, yeah, there's no potatoes, but that's just an illustrative point. There are so many things that are said and referenced to and remarked upon that become relevant later. But it's done so well, you don't realise it until maybe you watch it like a second time. And honestly, the cast in this is freaking stacked. It's a really, really good cast, I should say. Okay, now, this isn't a spoiler as such, but no, I'm not gonna mention that one. No, I'm not gonna mention it. If you spot it, you will. You can give yourself a pat on the back. Okay. So I'm just gonna read out the little blurb thing here because this is pretty good. Nicholas Angel is a big city cop who can't be stopped, but he's making everyone else in the force look bad. When he is reassigned to a small, quiet town, think like Midsummer Murders, which essentially this does sort of have a nod towards, he struggles with this new, seemingly idyllic world and his bumbling partner, but their dull existence interrupted by several grisly and suspicious accidents. There's a lot of memes that have come from this film as well. A lot of memes. Did I put one of them in reference in the... I did, yes. Probably the one it's most famous for. I put in the title for this stream, and it is a... Honestly, there's 4 tags that are listed on this. It's action, I'd agree with that. Comedy, definitely. Dark. In places, yes. In places, there is some stuff that happens in this film that is like, oh, and I don't mean that sort of like, kind of way. I mean as in full on, like, it's shockingly, to the point where, even though this is a 15 rated film, there is a couple of scenes, one in particular, that I would have honestly not been surprised if that had pushed it over the rating to an 18 rating. It is it's done for, gotta be careful, but it's pretty explicit in a kind of fake way, but it's and I think that's maybe why they got away with it, because it doesn't look 100% realistic. It's just oh. Okay, alright, so let's try if there's anything else I can sort of talk about before we start. Yeah, seriously, just keep an eye on the cast and the people playing it, the various characters and stuff. There will be so many people that you will see and recognise them. Even if you don't know their name, you'll be like, that's what's his name from, what do you call it? That there's a lot of that type of people in there, because they've done stuff for silly amount of shows and films. I mean, Simon Pegg himself has got a few, I suppose you would say, connections in the industry, because he's worked on quite a few films. Hell, he starred in a decent amount of them, like in the newer Star Trek ones as the Scotty. It was absolutely great. But yeah, I mean, there's also, I was thinking about Paul, because that's done by the same people. I was talking about earlier, the Cornetto trilogy, but Paul is not part of the Cornetto trilogy. It's a separate film, but it is done by the same people. So it's some people say it is part of it, but it's yeah. Okay, so where is it? I was thinking okay. Here's the I'm just going to read out the cast that are listed on the credits page here, because this isn't any spoiler. This is the sort of thing that will show up on the trailers and the movie posters. So I don't consider a cast listing spoilers, except under very specific circumstances where I know that if that particular character turns up, you're like, I didn't know they were going to be in it. And then that would be a spoiler. But okay, we obviously got Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, who he basically hangs around with pretty much all the time. there's a sort of joke that they're brothers, maybe. Bill Nighy, yes, that Bill Nighy. Jim Broadbent, Timothy Dalton, and Martin Freeman. Yeah, that's a pretty stacked cast. Right. Okay, so let's get this party started, as they say. So I'm gonna line everything going up, metaphorically speaking. Now I don't think there's any post-credit scenes, but let me just very quickly scan ahead because I've seen this film, so I know, I'm not going to be spoiled. But I just want to see. I just can't remember if there's any. Nope, there's no post-credit scenes. Right. Okay. So, excuse me. So again, bit of gas. Do apologise. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Okay. Oh yes, the usual anti-piracy. Why the anti-piracy warning is on a British film, I don't know. From the FBI. I mean, I suppose maybe it's because it's been released and done by a American company. Even though it's a British film, it is a very, very British film. Universal, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they're the ones who own the rights, so I suppose like standard front of all their films. So, yeah, like I say, this is a film that definitely rewards. Have I selected the wrong film? No, I haven't. Okay, good. For a brief moment, I thought I'd selected the wrong film. No, it's just the usual. When they have like every studio that's involved has to have their like little 5-10 second logo intro. Oh, here we go. Yes, I remember this. Yeah, this is definitely a film that rewards multiple viewings. Just mainly so you can pick up on things saying, "Oh, he said so and so," which is going to reference what you call it later. Yeah, he's basically like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like top tier police. So I'm remembering a character from one of his old shows called who was obsessed with cycling. Yeah, he's like ridiculous 9 commendations. That is such a ridiculous. It's Bilbo. $400. Yes, and for a Londoner, that's terrifying. This is so dramatic and over so dramatic and over the top, but it's brilliant. And yes, that's Steve Coogan. Yeah, he's so good to having to get rid of him. See, I mean, how stacked this cast is. And what's scary is that actually sounds like a legitimate thing they would do. Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah. Oh dear. Like I say, I love this film. I really do. I would say this is probably somewhere in my top 20. Now, without without Googling, do you know who that is? Without Googling. Who's playing Janine? I don't believe she's credited in the main credits. Excuse me. Ouch. Ooh. Oh, poor Bob. General Kenobi. Yes, for anybody who didn't recognise her, that was Kate Blanchett. Yes, Galadriel. Wow. So he's got a cottage, but it's not even ready for him. Great. Yep, no phone signal. He's got his plant. Sanford. Model village. Spooky cathedral. Swan Hotel. So I'm trying so hard not to spoil things. It's like Minzy, I'm going. That was. Yeah, but that is such a well done scene. It's like I don't freaking love it. Uh, wow, that's a small one. It was in the TV days. What do you do in the evening? You go to the pub. I don't think I could live in a place like that. At least not without a really good internet connection and access to several takeaway stores. Hey, Nick Frost. Cranberry juice. Oh dear. Wow. So, hmm. Lots of young'uns in this place. Hmm. Yeah, he can't switch off, remember? Smart ass little shit. His voice breaking. Yeah, see, what's the word I'm looking for? Technically, by knowingly serving people alcohol to underage people like that, they can get into a lot of trouble. However, for the purposes of this film, yeah, he's in no fit state. Where is it? Yeah, you only arrived there like a few hours ago. Hey, Bill Bailey. And he's got a traffic cone on his head. What? He's got a pen supplied. That's a lot of paperwork. Freaking traffic cone. Oh dear. Ah, yes. Small, idyllic English countryside towns. Or villages, I should say. It's like, how do they all know him? Timothy Dalton. I legitimately think he doesn't get enough roles. He's a great actor. Like, I don't just mean the Bond he played. I I honestly think some of his greatest roles and that he's played are the ones he played after James Bond. Whoa. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Just have, I don't know why. I just find that's funny and I don't know why. Like, keep there's so much like misdirection, or you think it's going to go one direction and then it becomes something else. Yeah, and did you notice what the security code was for that room? 999. Yep, it was 999. Yep. Now, for those who are not so aware, 999 is the emergency services number for the UK. It will be the equivalent, like in say the United States, it will be their version of 911. Ours is 999. Same one, 3 digits, easy to remember. Yeah, that again, for a certain British demographic, that is who you think it is. So, so where they get? Let's get his name right. Edward Woodward, who is a I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he is. But I know the like I say, the casting in this film is stacked beyond belief. Like, and a couple of them even just turn up just for like one or two scenes, and they are never seen again. Excuse me. Oh, blimey. Yeah. I mean, yep, cranberry juice. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, now this guy here, the dude with the glasses. It's like the way, even with the captions on, that sentence makes no sense. Oh, I love this freaking film. Whoa. Well, he did get stabbed by Santa. Yes, being attacked by Santa. That can give you trauma. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's. Hmm. Moving here. Yeah, there's a lot of these. And I apologize if I get the term wrong. Dramatic cuts. Like, I think this film even may have the record for the amount of dramatic cuts it's got in it, but that's been done deliberately. See, Timothy Dalton. What a heck of a name, Reaper. Neighborhood Watch. Ugh. Yes, they're like a sort of weaker version of homeowners association, but more busybodies. Yeah, that's their biggest problem at the moment. Is a dude who stands in one. Yes, that yes, you're getting thank goodness you're here vibes. It's more to do with the whole small country town thing. It is playing a lot into those stereotypes. So that's what both things is. It's like as I say, they both tap into that. Yep. And of course, the reporter gets the name wrong. Angle. Well, uh, yeah. It's a swan. uh, Swans are scary. See, cornetto. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the reason why it's called a cornetto trilogy is because in each of the films there is a cornetto. That's literally one of the reasons why. And now I want a mint chocolate cornetto. Oh, yeah. You may recognize him. Yes, you heard that correctly. But yes, Lurch is I'm going to try and get the guy's name right. He plays the Mountain, or Clegane, sorry, Clegane in Game of Thrones. Europe. I'll say Timothy Dalton plays great characters. I legitimately thought he said fridge magnet, not magnate. Do it. Run. Hmm. Like I said, lots of little references. The living statue. And that is. I would have been passed out by now, if I'm brutally honest. All in one take. I mean, that's one way to get through the fence. Surprise. The swan. It's like, I'll be back for you later. That's a perfect shot. I think that's a roundabout way of saying it's his cousin. It, I think. Unless Auntie Jackie is just a term of endearment. Mm. There's definitely something off about this place. Yeah, like that stuff's not fun IRL. Now it's a car chase. Oh no, he legitimately uses the word homage. He's one of those types. This is why you keep quiet. And it's a flick book. Wow. Yeah, remember, the only real sort of entertainment in this village is the pub. And maybe the video store. Scary thing was that there's a guy I used to work with who was like, he, let's just say this: if it turned out he was related to Nick Frost, I wouldn't have been that surprised. Like, he wasn't, but there was moments when I was like, wait, are you two like brothers? It's just like, yes, Chris. Different countries, no, counties, different ages. Yes, we're related. No, you're not, you idiot. He's trying to leave his body. It's like, kill me now. Adam Buxton, that's it. I was trying to think who the name of the reporter was. Hmm. Literally. That'd be rude. Oh. He is so ridiculous and over the top. See what I mean? It's just like, oh dear. Yeah, I knew that scene was coming. That's why I didn't have a drink. Because I would have choked. Even then, it didn't work. Oh, that's such a euphemism. Oh dear. Oh, that's just. I need to check that. Oh, it's all getting a bit spooky. That was symbolic. Yeah, yeah. This is when it switches over to becoming what we might call a horror movie. No, yeah, I bet. Well done, Sherlock. Well done. This is what you said. Yep. Like the only competent police officer in the area. Oh god, see, there you go. Yeah, and at least Danny's now trying to better himself and being a higher quality police officer. You know, he's not doing that great, but he's at least making an effort. Oh, clipping hedgerows that don't belong to you. Oh, that's a high crime. That also sounds like a euphemism. Yeah, they need to have a double translation. Whoa, that's 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 a mine. Oh, that's a brown trousers moment. Run! That's a brown alert level 3. That is. Stop doing that, please. See? 999. That's a lot of weapons. That's a ridiculous amount of weaponry. Also, watering the peace also sounds like a euphemism. Wow. Oh, yes, the two Andys. Those two characters are so freaking annoying. Hmm. you, you daft banana. That's fair enough. Kermit the Frog is a heck of a role model. Wow. That is so freaking dangerous. So, get to Winchester, have a pint, wait till all blows over. That's another feature of the Cornetto trilogy. There's always a pub sequence. Hmm. And he's fallen over. so, so, you can just tell that Timothy Dalton's having such fun playing this character. Ron Cook could play Parker in the live action Thunderbolts. Yeah. As I said, there is yeah. There is a lot of I said this was a stacked cast. That's freaking brilliant. It's just such a simple thing, but it's like because obviously they can't take any money, but they know they can at least know that Oh dear. No, let the guy save face, as it were. It's like, I paid for my journey home and they gave me change. Marvellous. Everybody's happy. This is such a bromance between these two. This is so sweet. Oh, that was a good cut. Again, that sounds like a euphemism. That's all you need. no, you stupid. That's it. He's a bit simple, this character, but his heart, again, his heart's in the right place. Anniversaries. Ooh. Like I said, this film's basically a bromance. The least irritating person in the whole village. Exactly. And he's at least making an attempt to become, as I said earlier, like a higher Behold. That's immediate. No, he's not. He's honestly one of those people who would be actually a really good friend to have. His face. It's a good job that gun wasn't loaded. Still thinking like a. Bad boys. Good film. Ooh, crispy. Damn. uh, Olivia Colman, that's it. I can remember her first name was Olivia, but I could not remember what her second name is. But yeah, she's another great actress. In this, she's really filthy. Uh, Seriously, every time you see him, he's just got a big shit-eating grin on his face, and you're not entirely sure if that's the character or if that's Mr. Dalton himself. Just like, I freaking love this gig. Damn, that is. There's the meme. It's the swan again. The swan. Oh no. Oh no. A small village fate. I know, to be fair, this is coming from somebody who's lived in a big city all his life. I suppose that's kind of the point though. That would involve somebody punching me. Oh dear. Also, it's a cuddly monkey. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. That was I thought. Within 5 seconds, he shot someone. Yeah. Yeah. You look after the monkey. Oh, that feedback. Oh dear. Oh dear. That sounds like demonic music, like from The Omen. Yeah. Those of you of a sensitive disposition, you may want to look away. That was the scene I was talking about at the beginning. Yeah. He spilled some ketchup. Those two characters, like, not the actors, the characters, I just want to strangle them. Again, applause to the actors playing them, but the characters, ugh. He, he's he's stuck in the rain. He's just had an argument with his partner. Things are going unpleasant. Yeah, he's the monkey. His nephew was, oh, well, he left the monkey behind. Hmm. Hmm. That's a lot of newspapers. And obviously, it being a, should we say, small village, probably wouldn't have, a digital archive and stuff like that of the same places, like, like bigger cities would. There you go. Now they've made up. Len. So they're starting to make the connections. It's, I just realised what she's wearing. So I've just seen what they've done with the helmet. Oh, that's hilarious. Hmm. Ah. He's basically explaining the plot of this film. Yeah. She's literally just explained the plot of the film. And that also like from a and oh dear. Oh well, that's a lot of ketchup. Okay, this dude is pretty badass. You can't deny that. I could not do this job without running. Like, spot the stuntman. Oh, he fell over. So dramatic. I, how? How? Oh. Possible. Yeah. Didn't they say that the last sergeant had a mental breakdown or something? Hmm. Oh god, he's got a picture of himself in the back, up on the wall in his own office. See, tell me, look at his face. So I was just checking something that was floating around in my brain. I'm not going to say anything because it will be a spoiler. Bacon. Tell me about how many jump cuts there are in this film. See what I mean about lots of references to things that happen later? Yeah. Andrews, plural. Wow. One name flappers. Mm. Mm. Again, that's that is that that scene. That's such a trope, but I freaking love it. A character standing like in front of a picture of themselves. Oh dear. Oh, I say, bromance. What's his name? Rory. I want to say Rory McCree, but I think I might be wrong. Ah, yes, he's entering that stage of things. Yeah, the moment when the hero and the protagonist thinks about just giving up. Cornetos. Yeah, yeah. London's not that dangerous. Yeah. So this film is so well done. It's hitting all the right tropes. You've got dramatic moments. And you got character growth. And you got murders. Europe. And he's out. Ooh, that was a. Oh, he's buggered off. Ooh. Well, that's not spooky at all. Oh, wait. Fence jumping scene. What's something I've said on this channel? many times. It's a cult. If in doubt, it's a cult. Neighborhood Watch Association as a cult. Hoodies. There it is. The greater good. The greater good. When they said the greater good earlier, I was mentally biting my tongue to not say it in return. the the greater good. Wow. Mm. The greater good. Dun dun dun. When I first saw this film, I did not see this scene coming. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. This this is this is not a nice village. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. I think we know now what really happened to Sergeant Popple. Yeah, and so like the characters' names as well, like Reaper, Hatcher, Slasher. Yes. Remember, if in doubt, it's a cult. Oh, flip. Oh, yeah. Yes, remember that. There's been no recorded murder. Even the living statue, he's no longer living. Oh, that's a pickle. That was some freaking good thinking. Judge Judy. It's been out of London there, but that was deliberate. So dramatic, but so well done. Seriously, I'm really surprised this film like hasn't won any like major awards. But yeah, awards can be a bit nonsense at times. I think. Yeah, isn't it? It's such a well-made film. And like I said, there is no wasted detail in this. There he is. Is there in the call? Like, there's things that have happened. That there he goes. He's back. Pays him and walks off. Yep. Like I am not kidding. There is no wasted detail in this film. Nope. He's back. Remember, everyone's packing. And their mum. I'm sorry, that drop kick is just. Oh, look. They have an arsenal. Guns. Lots of them. Oh, don't. He's carrying up the entire arsenal. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. The kids are like. Yeah, like, that is so cool. Of course they're going to help. Yeah, remember as I said, check out his Aris? And he rode into town on Pale Horse. The Angel of Death. I'm misquoting, but that's basically what it's referring to. And yes, it was set. That's it, send the horse on the way. Good horse. Do it. And I saw a pale horse, and the name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Yes. That's the quote I was trying to remember. Remember, everyone's packing. And what was the priest's name again? One down. What was Danny saying earlier about driving along and going bang, bang, bang? Lock and load. This film is so well done. He's having the time of his life. This is exactly what he wanted. He's had car chases, he's got shootout, he's got bang bang bangs. He's loving it. Yeah. The fascist reference earlier? I say, there are so many things that are. Ooh! Yeah, that was Bernard from Reddit. Ooh, hip! Yes. Remember. Remember, the priest was called Philip Shooter. Yes, that is the foot he shot him earlier. The same Bad Boys reference there. Pub. Diving through the air, shooting. I was like, Danny's having the best day ever. It's so over the top. Yeah, he just had a bear trap land on his head. Oh, character growth. There you go. Actually understood him then. He's not a local boy. I see it. Dramatic line raw. See, even the Andes are starting to believe him. Cool, then, so. Yeah, I'm thinking this film is definitely has to be in my top 10. That that is actually pretty good. That's like, and again, Timothy Dalton having the time of his freaking life. Apart from that, yep, he's a big lad. Europe. It gave him a chance. It's so dramatic and over the top. Hang on, I'm gonna get his proper name. Rory McCann. That's it. That's his name. Rory McCann. He's got South. I gotta say though, that dummy of sauce isn't too bad. I mean, obviously, a freshly made pasta sauce is supreme, but if you're a lazy git like me, it's good enough. And you can always put your own stuff in it as well, which is good. That was a good move there off the pillar. So over the. And he's out. There's a meme. Hey, fuck little cutlery. Ramming speed. Say it. There we go. That was one heck of a crunch. So he's won him over. Nice. And it's just going, hmm. Like, that was a good pulling out there of the car. Losing points though for the profanity. Oh, driving along, hanging out the car, shooting, as he mentioned. I say there are so many callbacks in this film. It's like the first half sets them up, and then the second half addresses every single one. Same. Yeah, he's not in it. Oh, even this one's like, are we in a police chase? Cool. Yeah, that's it. Would this count as a kaiju fight, as they're in the module village? Yeah, keep off the grass. Ouch. Dramatic music. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, that kid's traumatized. Oh, that is unpleasant. That is extremely unpleasant. Ouch, indeed. I mean, honestly, as injuries like that go, that is probably the best thing that could have happened. Because, I mean, yeah, oh dear, it's very unpleasant, but he will live. Oh, the reference to Point Break earlier. Oh, there goes the village. Surprise! Remember. Yeah, bad boys. And of course, the kids are all taking pictures of him. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I bet. Can't argue with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That drop kick was just. Everyone's packing in his mum. Oh, he's learned things. Hello, cat. Oh, hello. Hello, cat. Hello. Hi. Oh, yeah, this is about the right time for you to turn up. Oh dear. Hello. Oh, you got something. Oh, no, you got something stuck in your tail. Oh, in the face. Oh no. Hello. There's some. You've been outside. Your fur is covered in grass. I need to find that brush and give you a brushing because it's like you've been outside and rolling in the grass. Very that and that, now that kind of explosion wouldn't make a rubble like that, but again, he's got his cottage. Okay, that's right. Damn. That was such a misdirection. So he's basically brought big city policing to a little village. And that, like I say, was Edgar Wright. That's it. I forgot who the director's name was. But yeah, that is Yeah, that's one of my favourite films for a reason. And like I say, there's no post-credit scenes, but if you want to watch it, then it's a good film, isn't it? It's one of those ones that like I say, I've seen this probably. This is probably the fourth time I've watched this film. I watched it when it first came out because I love Shaun of the Dead. Saw this in the cinema, so that's like the first one, and then obviously on D. In fact, I think I've got it on DVD. I'm just looking at my DVD shelf. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I've got it on DVD, so that counts. And of course, I've seen. Actually, no, I've probably seen it probably about 5 times. But there was so many. Like, you can't even call them Chekhov's gun. Again, for those who don't know, Chekhov's gun is a thing in I suppose you could say in films and in literature. Oops, sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. I do apologise. Film and literature and stuff like that, where if you introduce and highlight a gun in scene or act 1, it needs to be used by the end of act 3. Otherwise, what's the point of showing it off? And this film is pretty much like, let's say, the entire first half. Like, there was stuff about the swan, stuff about the farmers, everything else that was going on. There's so many of those little references that go around and get picked up on. And then, as I said, the second half is pretty much boom. Oh yeah, there's this thing. There's this thing. There's this thing. And again, all the little details, like the villagers' names, like the priest, for example, Reverend Philip Shooter, Dr. Hatchet, all those kind of bits. It's just like, oh, it's such a well-made film. I really, really freaking love it. It's like I say, it rewards you watching it multiple times, because the first time you just you're enjoying it for the plot, but then the second time you maybe pick up on certain things like what I've just mentioned. All right, okay, so with regards to next week, I am probably still going to play Umasame again next week, because I still haven't had a chance to. I've got to really sort out my hard drive, just make some space on it, and clear some things around, move bits and pieces like that. Then download and install Fallout London. That's probably what we'll be playing next. It's not a difficult process. It's just you have to follow a set way of doing it. Otherwise, the total conversion stuff will not work. So obviously, I'm going to have to test it as well, and that's going to probably take me a fair while. Also, I have mentioned Blue Sky, but I have been getting a couple of copyright strikes on my YouTube channel because of the music in Umasame. And it looks like it's going to be the intro music for some reason, or the melody. I don't know. There's some. Apparently there's some group that's going around doing this, and I'm not the only one who's been affected by it. So it's not like somebody's targeting me. There's a few people who have, but there's also a few people who haven't. That they do seem to be going after ones who don't have big agencies to support them and stuff like that. So don't be at all surprised if I don't upload the rest of those videos at some point, and I may just keep them on. I may just keep them on the Twitch channel VODs for a little bit, until I can maybe mute that section that they're trying to claim, or nonsense like that. So I will still be playing it, just like I say, the VODs and things may be delayed, or they may not happen. It sucks, but sometimes don't even get me started on that. I mean, Right, so I will say good night, because somebody is getting very, very grumpy, and I will hope everybody has a good weekend. Bye bye.